Interesting comments yesterday from Colts owner Jim Irsay to Pat McAfee about quarterback Anthony Richardson, and it confirms something I believed all along. Richardson's going to play. Richardson's going to start. And Irsay said all the things that would point to Richardson starting week one, but then added, well, it's ultimately going to be a decision made by Shane Steichen. But when the owner has made it clear what he wants, see, he never has to tell Shane Steichen, you should start Anthony Richardson. He's already told the world he believes Richardson needs to play. There's going to be growing pains. There's going to be bumps and bruises along the way. He acknowledged, Irsay did, that Gardner Minshew would arguably play better right out of the gates, but they need to get Anthony Richardson the reps. They need to give him the chance to let the game slow down, to get accustomed to NFL football. And he really hasn't played that much high-level football. All the more reason for him maybe to not sit on the bench. So I think of the three quarterbacks taken in the top four picks this year, Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, I think they're all starting week one. We already know it with Young. They made no bones about it in Carolina. Look, you can't trade up from 9-1 and take a quarterback that you're not going to play. Not in today's game. You want that guy out there. The fans want him out there. And if you don't think he's going to be ready to go week one, you shouldn't have taken him. C.J. Stroud in Houston, get him out on the field. Let him take his lumps now. Let him learn now. That makes you better for next year and the year beyond. There's always going to be that first year. And yeah, the Chiefs were able to tuck Patrick Mahomes in their back pocket and unleash him in 2018. And the NFL was like, holy crap, look at this. But Andy Reid's got some credit for that. Andy Reid shaped that lump of high-end clay into something that became the best quarterback we've seen in years, if not ever. But Reid had something to do with that. They worked it perfectly in Kansas City. These other teams, they have these young quarterbacks. They need to get them ready, and they need to get them out there. I mean, if the Chiefs wouldn't have had an Alex Smith, if they would have been a perennial loser, a team residing near the bottom, a team trying to get out of its own way, and all of a sudden they get Patrick Mahomes, trade up to get him, yeah, you're going to use him right away. And he may have been just fine right away with Andy Reid's tutelage. That's the thing to remember in all of this. The coaching staff, the organization, there's an obligation there for them to get the most out of these players. And when one of these players busts, we blame it on the kid. We don't necessarily look to how good were the coaches? What did they do right? What did they do wrong? How much talent was there around the quarterback to give him a chance to succeed? What's the front office doing to add key players? Is ownership adding to any dysfunction or helping rectify dysfunction or adding to a team that can actually function at a high level, just staying out of the way and letting great football people do their thing? Those are all relevant. And it's not fair that we just look at a guy and say he was a bust. Maybe he would have been a bust everywhere, or maybe he would have been a good player somewhere else. Maybe he would have been a star under the right circumstances. That's what's unfortunate, and I don't want to get on my anti-draft crusade currently, but that's why I'm a firm believer that players should get to pick where they go, because where they go and who they're working with has a huge impact. So what does Shane Steichen do with Anthony Richardson? I don't know, but the boss has made it pretty damn clear he expects to see him on the field when the season begins, and I think that we will.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.